Hello, you wonderful people, and welcome to another Nerd Mode. This being the show where I introduce you to a series that you may or may not be familiar with. For today's episode, I'm going to talk about the Showtime original series, City on a Hill. Like always, this isn't a review, it's just me talking about a series that I really like that I recommend you check out for yourself. City on a Hill is a crime drama that takes place in Boston in the 1990s. A newly appointed ADA DeCorsi Ward wants to bring justice to a corruption-riddled Boston, which includes working with and sometimes against FBI agent Jackie Rohr. And yet, you might have guessed it, Jackie is super corrupt. DeCorsi has allies in his attempts to change things, including his wife Siobhan, who's a lawyer, which that kind of gets into a complicated territory sometimes. However, DeCorsi will have to deal with even more people working against him. He literally has to challenge an entire system of how things work. A lot of people wanting to keep the status quo because of how much it benefits them. One of the things I like the most about this series is the juxtaposition between DeCorsi and Jackie. One is trying to make positive change while the other one is simply doing everything to kind of look out for himself. And what I think is interesting too, because I feel like sometimes these two can flip roles to some minor degree. In no shape or form am I saying that DeCorsi in any way is as bad as Jackie is, but there are times where DeCorsi might push things a little bit harder than he should just for the sake of doing the right thing. A little wrong for the greater good to some extent. Luckily for DeCorsi, he's able to rein himself in a lot of times, and if not, the people around him help rein him in so that he never crosses that line too much. On the other hand, Jackie does have his good moments here and there. You do see that a lot kind of with some of the elements with his wife and his daughter. You get to see sometimes the good person that's very deep down inside, that it kind of shows up from time to time. However, don't get it twisted. Jackie is the furthest thing from an angel. I mean, truth be told, he is the devil on so many people's shoulders, including DeCorsi's. Even with his aforementioned family, Jackie has a tendency to kind of fuck things up on that front. Sometimes he just can't get out his own way. The dichotomy between these two characters is so fascinating, how much they affect each other in both negative and positive ways, whether it's them working together and or them working against each other. They're basically a literal metaphor for everything that's going down in the city literally fighting for its own soul. Or mention analogy of, you know, Jackie being the devil on your shoulder type of thing, and I guess you can look at DeCorsi as almost like the angel on your shoulder. But once again, as I was kind of alluding to earlier, there is kind of a gray area sometimes with both characters. Every season follows an overarching case that is usually typically wrapped up by the end of the season. Obviously, certain storylines and outcomes do carry over into future seasons. This show does not shy away from leaning into consequences. Time and time again, you see characters kind of getting bit in the ass by some of the choices and decisions that they ended up making, because it's not just them that ends up being affected by this, it's the people around them as well. This is very true both for DeCorsi and Jackie. Extremely true for Jackie. I believe at the heart of this series, it is just a compelling story about people trying to do the right thing, people who sometimes don't make the best choices simply because there are no other options available for them, or they simply choose just to do the wrong thing. But really, that's all I want to talk about. Till the next time we meet, be happy, be safe, live life to the fullest, and enjoy it. Good day and goodbye.